This is the second part of my first Create a Scene series. In this video, I will show you my process on how I was able to make this simple low-poly scooter model. Starting up with the first model I made from the previous video, I used it as a reference to measure how large the scooter would be in comparison to the character. Similar with what we did for the hair of the character, I first used cubes for blocking out the overall shape of the scooter. This was much easier since the scooter has such a simple shape to follow. Also, I searched for scooter references since the actual scooter I was replicating did not have much angles that I could use for references. At this moment, I was satisfied with the blockings I made, so I proceeded to shaping the body of the scooter using the rear cube. Using the loop cut tool, I first smoothed out the rear part of the scooter. With the guide of the blockings I made, I extruded some faces and shaped it accordingly. I made sure to not use too much loop cuts since it may make the texturing a bit more difficult. I just wanted the scooter to be a simple and quick project since the character is the main attraction of this scene I am making. The foot holder was the trickiest to make for this model. I could have just used a simple cuboid for floors, but I wanted it to be just one mesh. So I had to delete some faces and play with the model to see how I would be able to accomplish this task. A simple cuboid floor would have made this model a lot easier to make, so if you are following this time lapse, you can disregard this part. This is my first time creating a scene, so I am still learning of what would be the most efficient way of creating a scene. I do apologize if I have made some mistakes in the video process. To make the rounded things on the side of the scooter, I first selected the right faces and put an inset on it that I then extruded and smoothed. I added a couple more insets on the round things to smoothen it further. Here, I am shaping the front wheel and its cover. I smoothed out the cube for the wheel just to have a good idea how big the substitute cylinder mesh would actually be. The cover was pretty tricky to work with. The best explanation I could give to how I was able to make it was trial and error. I really just tried stuff out until it looked like it. I just duplicated the front wheel for the back wheel since we won't be seeing much of the back one since it is covered with the scooter's body. Here, I am trying to figure out how I will rig the steering handle of the scooter. This first attempt didn't really work out since when I turned the handle, the wheel turned much more than how it's supposed to. What I did to fix this was to separate the steering handle and the wheel into separate folder and just manually turn them to their designated directions. Now that I finished modeling the scooter, I started to texture it with base colors. There is not much complicated texturing happening here, so I won't need to explain much of the process. Also, I don't know how, but I forgot to make the side mirrors, so I quickly made one while I was texturing. The outline technique really made it look much better since the scooter didn't have much detail. Alright, we've made the scooter. The only one left is for us to make the background. Stay tuned for that as I discover what to do and not to do when it comes to making backgrounds for your model. Here is the scooter with our previously made character model.